grab a strap too, because, I often say, grab a strap, we're going to use it, and then we don't. But I think we will tonight for our restorative portion. So let's start on our backs tonight. And we'll kind of come full circle with our align and restore tonight, kind of beginning with a little bit of restorative. So if we come into our recliner with our bolster on the block, or leaned against a couch or something, why don't we bring our shoulders, like those shoulder blades, to the bolster and let the arms fall open, maybe out like a T to the side with palms up, because that's going to rotate those shoulders open after kind of hunching and shoveling. So we're going to open and broaden. Okay. And if you want to place pillows under your arms, just to get that extra little element of cozy, you can. So feet can be mat distance apart, knees together. You can have the legs long, whatever you want to do, but maybe start by broadening the shoulders. Now maybe, and opening the chest, maybe you're thinking, no, I really want to open up my back. So you can come into a puppy pose, and you might just got comfortable and you're like, what? There's another option. Bring your blocks, hand on the blocks, and just sink the heart down in puppy with the palms on the block. It's gonna also kind of open up that back, guys. So just feeling into what you need, because that's why we're here. Is to really feel into this space. I'm already in my pajamas, took my bath for the evening, so I'm ready to relax. It's true. Yeah, I'm serious. So let's just usher in the evening. And maybe bring in the awareness of breath. Yeah, really settle in and feel what's right. In Maggie's class yesterday, she mentioned letting go of limitations. That's kind of what our intention is this evening. Unless you have your own intention for your practice, you can perhaps share a collective intention of releasing limitations and inviting in possibility and creativity. Everything we see, touch, sit upon, move around, it all was an idea once. And from someone's idea, it was created into something that we can use, like a strap, or a couch, or a steamer for our pants, shirts. So if we let go of limitations, invite in possibility, what would we manifest? Just think about that. What would you create? Maybe notice what it would be like to experience what you want to create. Maybe it's relaxing into a situation in trust. Maybe it's a new recipe, maybe it's a new activity. Maybe it's a letting go and letting the chores kind of rest and wait as we relax and renew. So whatever it is, just feel it in your system. It's an idea right now. We're just inviting it to manifest. What does that manifestation feel like? Look like? How do you relate to it? Just a couple more breaths, bringing us into our space. This time together. And then from your rested position, you're on your back. If you're in your extended puppy pose, stay on your back, but if you're in puppy pose, you can roll up to a seat. And let's bless this space tonight with the sound of 3 ohms, symbolizing the beginning, the middle, and then that transformation. So kind of that cycle of life, cycle of creation, right? So 3 ohms. We'll exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Now gently open the eyes if they're closed. Whatever arrangement of props and things that you have around you on your mat, maybe move them off to the side, some moving blocks to the side. You can set your bolster and your pillows within reaching distance. And like I said, we'll use our strap tonight. So have your scrap handy. And now let's, in our seated position, maybe roll the shoulders up and back, forward and back, or up and forward and back, getting some movement, and slowing those shoulders. Now let's move that chest forward and just rock it back. So grounding the sits bones, hands are on the thighs, and just rock forward and back, maybe noticing the spine long and straight. Notice as you rock back, be feeling the torso active. And forward and back. And then when you get back, just this time pause, kind of leaning, but you're like in a seated boat. And now bring the shoulders over the hips. Legs ground, sits bones ground. And let's move over to the left. The elbow kind of dips down. Over to the right, that elbow dips down. And just kind of back and forth, rocking side to side. Yep, and if you want, bring the arms in. You can go over and over. Lengthening through the side body. Maybe breathing heavily. Releasing any energy that might be built up after a couple of days in the house, snowed in. And now maybe come to stillness after that quicker movement. And let's come to tabletop. Let's move there kind of quickly, and we'll move through a couple more quick movements. So let's inhale, send the leg back. Yep, and then we'll exhale nose to knee. And then inhale back. Exhale nose to knee. Inhale back. Exhale nose to knee. Inhale back. Pause. Exhale down. Ground the knees. We'll inhale, send the left leg back. Exhale nose to knee. Inhale back. Exhale round nose to knee. Inhale back. Exhale nose to knee. Again, extend. Scrunch it up. And then last time, extend that leg back. Pause. And then lower down. Stack those knees under the hips. Let's rise up. Kind of a rising kneel. Yes, exhale, fold it forward. If you have those blocks handy, you can bring the palms to the blocks, sink the heart down, or just bring those hands down and press the hands into the floor. A little active puppy, guys. And let the breath go. Sigh. Breathe in. Exhale, lift the heart. So now the hands are on the blocks maybe, kind of in line with the shoulders. You're just gonna dip over to one side and then over to the other side. If you don't have blocks and you're just on your hands, just dip over. And as you dip to one side, you kind of feel that the armpit of that dipping arm stretch. So do that on either side, just back and forth. Arms in front, dipping down, kind of rocking almost that armpit to the floor. Let the armpits hit the floor. And then back up to puppy. Bring your chest up. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. And now we're in tabletop again. So let's inhale to point that right toe to the sky. And then exhale to sweep that left arm back, reaching the left hand back and the right toes to the sky. And now inhale to bring the right arm or left arm forward. Exhale to lower that right leg. Inhale, point the toe to the sky. Exhale, sweep the left hand back. Now inhale, arm and the leg come down. We'll do it in one action this time. So exhale, arm back, toe to sky. Inhale, leg lengthens, arm out. Exhale, toe to sky, arm goes back. Yeah, like a puppet. And then inhale, arm forward, leg back, hold and find stillness. Exhale, lower the hand down, lower the knee. Let's bring our body down to the floor, stomach, chest, and rest the hands underneath the forehead. And exhale. Maybe pick up that right leg and reach through the toes and lower the leg down. Then lift up that left leg, lengthen through the toes, lower the leg down, and then rest the head again. Visualizing that manifestation, that creation, feel it in your being. That idea coming to reality. And then exhale, bring the hands under the shoulders or on the side of the rib cage, press up, find tabletop. Then we're going to move through this motion on the other side. We'll separate it at first and then we'll move it together. So left toes point to the sky. And the right arm reaches back. And now the right arm comes forward. And the left leg comes straight and lengthens. Toes to the sky, arm reaches back. And now leg comes down, arm comes forward. Reach to the heels, reach to the fingertips. And now we'll do this together. Toes to sky, arm goes back. Lengthen the leg, lengthen out to the front of the fingertips. Toes point, arm reaches back. And then lengthen the leg, lengthen the arms. 2 more times, toes to sky, arm reaches back. Lengthen the leg, lengthen the arm. And then last time, toes to sky, hand reaches back. Breathe in. Lengthen through the neck. So the crown of the head is reaching forward, the nose is down. And now lower the knee, lower the hands. Now let's press up and back to downward facing dog. And here we let that head be heavy. and lengthen through the back again. With that head heavy, you're inviting in just a little bit of length in the spine. We're rolling the neck around, nodding the head or shaking the head. Moving gently or quickly. Breathing in and out. Maybe come under the balls of the feet and then lower down to the heels if you can. Let's inhale and exhale. Now inhale, glance up at the hands. Let's step that right foot forward. Pause, grounding the right foot. Then step the left foot forward, step the right foot back on the balls of the feet. We're just gonna kind of move through kind of a crescent lunge, and we're gonna keep ourselves down. So hands come to blocks, or maybe hands come to the floor. I'm gonna move to blocks instead of my hands. And now bring the right foot forward and step the left foot right back. Ground through the ball of the left foot, right foot grounds, and now bring the left foot forward. Ground it, and then bring the right foot back, ground the ball of that foot. Right foot forward, left foot back. Kind of like moving through the lunges here. And then left foot forward, right foot goes back. Pause here with the left foot forward, right foot back. Now let's inhale, rise up. Maybe bring the palms to face the sky and tilt the head up to the sky. Stick your tongue out into snowflake. And then close your mouth, bring the hands together. Bring the hands to the heart. Inhale. Exhale, bow over that front leg, humbling yourself. And then step the right foot forward. Keep yourself in that half fold. Maybe lengthen through the spine to flatten that back. Breathe in. Exhale, bring arms out like a T. One more breath in. Now exhale, hands come to the blocks. Maybe fold forward, hands on blocks, press into the blocks. Feel the back kind of stretch as you press the blocks down. Round the right foot, step the left foot back onto the ball of that left foot. And then we'll inhale, rise up again. Let's bring the palms to shine towards the sky. Tilt the head back, stick the tongue out, cast a snowflake on your tongue. Hands come together, gaze is forward, hands come to the heart, breathe in. Exhale, fold over that thigh. Feeling the reverence for your practice, the reverence for the idea, and the ability to create with just a thought. Exhale, lower the hands to the block, step the left foot forward. Now bring the feet maybe hip distance apart. Bring one block under the heart, move the other block to the side. The left hand presses down, bend the knees, lift the right arm to sky. As you press into that block, see how the back responds as we reach the right arm up. Nice job, you got it. And then exhale, bring the right hand down to the block. Press into that block first to feel that arm kind of lengthen, and then twist that left arm up. Another breath in. Now exhale, bring the left hand down to meet the right. Let's heel toe our feet close together, move that block off to the front. Let's bend the knees, rise up to stand. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. And now come onto the balls of the feet, lifting the heels. Exhale, sit back in chair pose. Heels lifted, bring the arms out in front, thumbs to the sky. And let's rise up, keeping those heels lifted if you can. And then lower the heels when you get tall. Yes, good. Yeah, there you go, rise up. Now come onto the balls of the feet again. Maybe the thumbs are to the sky, wrists in line with shoulders. Bend down into our chair. Notice the strong core that you guys have going on. Heels lift. And then we're going to straighten our legs. Keep the heels off the earth if you can. Rising all the way up. Straightening the legs. Maybe bring the arms up overhead. On an exhale, let's lower those heels down. Arms float to the floor. Nice job. Let's ground. Feel ourselves in this standing position now. Lifting our heart forward. Breathe in. Now exhale, step the right foot back. Bend that left front leg. Let's bring our arms up to the heavens and then interlace the hands behind the back. Pull those hands towards the heel. Then maybe we bow again, folding the chest over the leg. Let's ground into that left foot and rise up to a warrior three with these arms up to the sky. The back foot can be low or it can be high. And then maybe we touch that toe down, that right toe down, release the arms. And as those arms come out to the side, bring the palms back to face one another, fingers reaching for the ground. And then lower that right heel as we lift up, straightening that front leg, coming into our pyramid base, arms to the sky. Good, breathe in. Exhale, bring the arms down. Sweep the arms up to sky again. And then exhale, arms float down. Let's inhale to step the right foot to meet the left. And then ground that right foot. Step the left foot back. Reach the arms up to sky. And then exhale to bring the hands behind the back. Interlace that opposite thumb on top this time. Pull the hands towards the heels. And now hinge forward, hovering over that right leg. And then when you're ready, drift up into warrior three. Your variation of warrior three. Maybe the toes on the ground, maybe it's not. And then when you're ready, release those arms. Come into your full expression of Virabhadrasana. Arms can be wherever they are. That toe can be down or it can be high. Let's breathe in one more time together. And then exhale, lower the toe down. Come all the way on that left foot. Bring the arms up above the head. Straightening that front leg, breathe in. Now exhale, sweep the hands down, bend that right knee. Let's find our plank pose as we lower down the hands, lower down and back into plank. And maybe from here, you lower those knees down, come onto that chest and the chin. And then inhale into baby cobra, the low ribs, the tummy on the earth. Let's hover the hands. And lower the hands down. Press up and back to tabletop. Now in our tabletop, get that foundation with the hands, with the knees, and then point those toes to the sky again. But this time we're going to reach our left arm forward. So right toes to sky, left arm forward. And then maybe reach that left arm back, catch the right foot in the hand, kick the hand or the foot into the hand. For our Ardha Dhanurasana, our half bow pose. Breathe in. Now exhale, release the foot from the hand. Bring the knee down and the hand down with control. Finding tabletop for a breath. And exhale, send the sits bones back to the heels. Let's rise up to that kneeling with the arms to the sky. Hands come to the heart. Bring the right foot forward. Then exhale into a low lunge. Maybe the knee goes past the ankle. And then rock it back. Bring the hands on either side of the foot. Step the knee back. Heels go back to the heels and the glutes meet. And we'll rise back up. Inhale. And then exhale, find tabletop. Hands under shoulders. Left toes reach for the sky. And then we'll inhale, the right arm comes forward. Breathe in. And then exhale, bring that right arm back, finding that foot. If you can't find the foot, just reach the hand back. You either have an active Dhanurasana with no hand on the foot, or you can have your hand on your foot for a more passive Dhanurasana. So you can either look, mom, no hands, or you can bring the hand to the foot, kick into the hand. And now with control rise, we're going to let go if we're not already have it let go. But with control, lower everything down. Hand and knee meet the mat. Exhale when you get there. Sit the Sits bones back to the heels just for a breath to lengthen that spine. And then we'll rise up, bring that left foot forward, come right into a low lunge, maybe the knee over the ankle, or maybe it's just stacked. But kind of dropping over that thigh, and then we'll inhale back, knees meet, rise up, that kneeling Tadasana, inhale. Exhale, floated forward. Let's find a wide-legged child's pose. Press the hands into the mat. Those sit bones really reach for the heels. Breathe in and breathe out. One more breath. Exhale, rock it forward, coming into tabletop. Bring the knees apart, hands underneath the shoulders. Bend the elbows, lower that nose down. Nose meets the ground, maybe press it up. Exhale, step the right foot between the hands, curl the toes of that left foot under. Let's rise up, crescent lunge. And now step the left foot to meet the right, lower the hands. And now ground the left foot. Inhale and exhale, arriving here. And now let's bend that right knee. Now kind of point the toes back so the heel kind of comes towards the glute. And maybe you find that right hand on the right ankle. Inhale, reach the left arm forward. And now exhale, hinge. So we're combining that warrior three hinge, that Ardha Dhanurasana, and that extended arm for our Natarajasana, our king dancer pose. Maybe you find the wall. Maybe you can't find that foot, so you bring it into a strap with a loop on the ankle, and just bring that leg up like that. So there's a couple options. You can kick the foot into the strap. Finding your expression of king dancer pose. Do one more breath on this side. And then exhale, bring the knee to center as that hand comes down. Lower the right leg. Bring the feet apart. You can sway those hips. Maybe you kidney slap just a little bit. Loosen it up. You guys got it. And now let's find a gentle stillness. What does it feel like to have that idea come to fruition and to be living in that hope, to have that hope realized, to have that idea manifested? Let's embody that right now. And then we'll exhale, ground into the right foot. Bend that left leg so that heel comes towards the glute. And then when you're ready, kind of sweep that left hand back. Maybe you find it. Maybe you don't find the foot. You can use your strap if you want. Kick into the hand. Hinge it forward, that warrior three hinge, right? And then maybe you just keep your hand on your hip or on a wall or a chair. Or maybe you extend it forward and you soar like you're on the front of a ship. Maybe you whisper, "I'll never let go, Jack." Maybe you feel that dream manifested, trusting that it's on its way. It already is. Exhale to bring the hand and the knee towards center. And maybe you inhale to let the foot go, or you do it on an exhale, and then find yourself in standing. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, maybe gazing up. Maybe you catch a snowflake one more time, sticking out the tongue. Exhale, palms meet. Gaze follows those palms down in front of the heart as we fold forward, Tadasana or Uttanasana. And then exhale, let's step it back into plank. From plank pose, let's kind of sway side to side. We did this earlier, just kind of with the armpits, but let's kind of do it with the hips. We'll stay in our plank. Or you can even lower onto the knees, but just kind of sway those hips to one side. So kind of like the right side of the hip is towards the floor, and the left side is towards the floor. Just kind of getting a little movement in that back, some strength in the wrists and the arms. And then bring everything to center, into stillness. Lower down the knees, bring the hips over the knees, and then find your puppy pose, whether with blocks on underneath those palms or just the palms to the floor. And then exhale, releasing your breath. I'm letting go. I'm letting go. Let's glance up at the hands, up at the blocks. Bring the hands off the blocks if they were on them. Bring one of your blocks off the mat. Bring one block to lie down on the lowest setting. And then we'll roll over onto our backs. And bring the back of the head onto the block. So a little part where the neck kind of meets the skull, those little occipital, you feel back there, it's kind of like, not like knobs, but just kind of, yeah, kind of like little knobs on the back of the head there. Rest them on the block. And then let's just gently move to one side, kind of pressing some weight into the head, just massaging that back of the head on that block. And if you don't have a block, then just rest your fingertips on the base of the skull, right where that neck meets the skull. I'm just going to gently press your fingertips into those points. My massage therapist in Albuquerque said that this is where we hide our thoughts. So we kind of store them. So we're just going to work them out. Maybe it sounds like Rice Krispies. Maybe a couple more breaths. Now gently lift the head off the block. Let's slide the block out from underneath the head. Be really gentle so you don't let the head fall down. Lower the head down gently. Now bring the feet to the floor. Knees to the sky. We're going to come into a supported bridge. So keep that block handy. Feet are hip distance, maybe mat distance. Press the feet into the floor. Drive the glutes up, hips to the sky. And now slide that block just under that sacrum. On the low setting, on the middle setting, on whichever setting. And then just let that sacrum rest on the block. Maybe you kind of shimmy the shoulders under the chest, or maybe you just let the shoulder blades rest on the floor. Giving a little bit of break to that low back. You might notice that you're resting on the head, just kind of right where we massage, maybe a little higher than what we just massaged in the block. Maybe you want to press into one foot and lift one leg to the sky. And maybe you notice like a little massage on that sacrum as you give a little bit of weight there. If that doesn't feel good, just keep the foot on the ground. But sometimes it feels good to kind of sway just gently back and forth, left to right, with one leg to the sky. Maybe you notice that, maybe you don't. If it feels good, invite it into your practice. If it's not for you, then just bring the foot down. Now let's bring that foot down just for a breath, pause. Melt back into that block, feel the blood flow back into that right leg. And then when you're ready, maybe you lift the opposite leg up to the sky. And then you can sway back and forth again. Just these little movements. Maybe even notice if you bring the foot more towards the head or the heel towards the other end of the mat, just kind of exploring the space. So that's this movement, that's this shape. Whenever you're ready, whenever you've had your fill, bring the foot back to the ground. We'll pause in our supported bridge. We feel that rebound, like we would call it in yin yoga, let that leg kind of normalize. Now press the feet down, lift the hips up off that block. Now lower the sacrum down, lower the low back down. Let's come into Shavasana for just a few breaths. Even these shapes that we just moved through were once just an idea in someone's mind. And then someone decided to give them a go. And now thousands, millions of people worldwide move through these same shapes that were once just an idea. Trust that your intention, that your idea is on its way to manifest. And then we'll exhale. And now gently roll over. We'll get everything set up for our restorative portion of class. I know it's the real reason that everybody came tonight. So maybe you bring that blanket onto your mat. We're going to bring the block back and that bolster to some way to get a recline. So maybe that just means if you're near a couch or a chair, you stack up pillows and you are going to bring your ankles like to the couch or something. And this is when we're going to bring this strap into play here. So keep some blankets handy, guys. So when you get down into the shape, you can have that blanket easily accessible to cover you up with. So you might remember this. This is the one where we're going to do our legs up a bolster, but with that strap around the thighs. And the reason that we use the strap is because it actually really is so supportive, knowing that our legs aren't going to just flop off the bolster. Maybe you need and want two bolsters, so it's nice and big and you feel even more supported. But kind of bring your bum close to the base of the bolster, then bring your legs up. And then once those legs are there, you can either adjust that strap nice and secure around the thighs, or maybe you're gonna know what's up, so you can lie down and bring the knees in and adjust that strap. And if you don't have a strap, don't worry about it. Just bring the legs up the bolster. But if you have one, it really is worth the effort to kind of make it bigger and make it small. And then you just rest those legs up. And then that way those feet can fall out. So if you see it from kind of a bird's eye view, it's that strap on the thighs. And then those legs are on the bolster. Then maybe you have those blankets that you can drape over your feet, over your legs. And we'll be here in these legs that have carried us so many places. shoveled so much snow. Just let them find a little bit of ease. Maybe noticing the shoulder blades on the ground, the bolster under the legs. We'll be inhaling for a count of 4. And exhaling for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's continuing with whatever pattern or movement of breath is supportive to bring in some relaxation into your space. Inviting the back of the head to be heavy, the back of the neck, the back body, the backs of the legs to really rest into your space. Letting the breath move freely through the body, so effortlessly that you're not even noticing, you're just being. Knowing that you're heard, knowing that you're loved, knowing that you're of value. It's not based on anything that you do or anything you don't do. You are because you are. Allow yourself to be in this space of nourishment, renewal, of acceptance and surrender. Now maybe counting down the breaths from 3 down to 0. And after that final exhale, let's move that blanket or blankets off so we can bring those knees in. And let's loosen that strap just a little bit. Just enough so that we can just slip it through and the legs out of the strap. And then maybe you let the knees fall to one side and then another, just offering any stretch or movement before making yourself up to seated, and leave that bolstering block right where they are because we're going to use them. Pressing up. And when you get up to a seated position, we're going to come into that reclined twist. So just for the sake of where my computer and my bolster are, like I'm going to bring my left thigh, my left hip to the side of the end of the bolster. And then if you want, you can bring your knees to stack on top of each other. You can bring that knee, that right knee on the left foot. But we're just going to turn that heart to the bolster and just kind of rest. You can keep your gaze, your nose in the same direction as your knees. Or if you can and you want, you can bring your right cheek and look the other way, kind of behind you or that left shoulder. But remembering that this is our restorative practice, so this isn't the time to be a hero and really, power through. It really never is that time, but especially now, we're not going for a world record. Unless you're gonna relax. So cuddle up and find that sweet spot, surrender. Kind of letting those arms drape off the bolster. And those shoulders in just a little bit of rest and reprieve. dropping in to the rhythm of the beating of your heart. Now maybe counting down from 3 to 0. And at the bottom, that final exhale, it's kind of an easy transition, or maybe not, depending on how many blankets you have. Just let the heart, the chest, maybe just move the head around. And then you can just kind of come on to the seat and just roll those knees. Windshield wiper them over the other way. Bring the right hip and that right thigh to the bottom of the bolster and bring that heart and that chest down. And come into our twisted position on the other side. Inclined twist. Just letting everything rest and renew. This conscious choice of relaxation that we've made tonight to be here. Every cell responding to the relaxation that we're experiencing now. Every cell calming and grounding. Every cell in your body is getting a little breath of fresh air in this nourishing space. You're beginning to count down from 3 down to 0. And after that final exhale, whenever you arrive at your own pace, just lifting off the bolster, lifting off the block. And we'll come into our final resting pose of Shavasana. So however your Shavasana looks tonight, it might be different than it was yesterday. It might be different than it ever has been. But allowing yourself to continue this nurturing practice, where we set our intention to create, to manifest that idea, that thought in our head. And just dropping in. Maybe that means that you slowly count down from 10 to 0 to relax even more. Maybe visualize yourself in a peaceful, calming place. So allow your entire body to rest. Now maybe you slowly begin to count down from 3 to 0. You move your head side to side. Maybe use point the toes towards the end of the mat and reach the fingertips up past the top overhead. And then when you're ready at your own time, maybe you slowly roll up to a seated position. Maybe moving one ear to the shoulder and then the other ear to the shoulder. With the chin to the chest one last time. And then we'll inhale, maybe lift the head. Bring the hands to the heart center or maybe on the lap. Then we'll exhale and inhale. Exhale. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Namaste.